Good morning and happy Monday. Welcome in. Today is Monday, March 11th, and today we have Venus entering Pisces. Yes. So that is going to be bringing with it this sense of wanting to connect more spiritually with those that you love and those that you care about. It's also going to have a little bit of that energy of wanting to be more compassionate and understanding. So that's kind of overall what's happening. And we will go ahead and pull a few cards here for the collective in general, and then go sign grouping by sign grouping and see what other messages God, the divine spirit, has in store for us for today. So let's go ahead and jump in. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. We have Temperance. And we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. So remember, Temperance is about finding that balance, kind of finding that calmness and sort of regulating your emotions, not getting too high, not getting too low, just kind of being nice and balanced there. Then with our Queen of Swords in reverse energy, that's a little bit of this like criticism and cruelty. So the Queen of Swords has this energy of kind of like cutting through all of the nonsense, but in the reverse, it's in a little bit of a colder way. So not quite as compassionate, definitely that cutting edge to her, So in this picture, it's kind of like she's getting ready to cut down the king there. And then we have this King of Pentacles in reverse, and that's got a little bit of like this sense of almost like manipulation or kind of irresponsibility, and maybe almost like exploiting other people a little bit. So when you're putting both of these together, it's kind of this like harsh, the world is a cruel place type of energy, because it's definitely that direct kind of bitter energy with the Queen of Swords in reverse, and then with the King of Pentacles in reverse, a little bit of that, abuse of power, that type of feel. So with Temperance and finding balance, it's almost like energetically the push is, with Venus entering Pisces, kind of that like loving, compassionate energy. So it's like that's what's being pushed by the universe. But the energy within the collective right now is more of that, I'm going to say, bitter masculine energy, or like wounded masculine energy. So there's a little bit of like, I guess the push from the universe is to balance that with this loving energy that's trying to come in. All right, so let's take a look. We'll start today with our fire signs, which is our Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Let's see what specific messages are coming through for you. All right. Justice. So this is, a card about balance as well. So it's about balancing things out, and, if things have been swinging too far one way or the other, it's about where's that middle ground, where can the universe come in and help kind of find that balance for you. So we talk about like the masculine and the feminine energies, and within yourself, are you too far one way, or are you too far the other way? Are you too far in that loving, nurturing, I'm going to look the other way to whatever's going on because I just want to sit here in this energy of loving peace? Or is it, more of a detached energy and you need to be looking at a situation more lovingly? So this is kind of calling on you to balance that out. All right. You're very close to achieving your goal. So it looks like you're moving in the right direction. Whatever your goal is, it looks like you're moving in the right direction. It's just having the patience to get there. And, since you are close, and we have Temperance and Justice together with this type of energy, it's almost like the message coming through for fire signs is you're being pushed to sit in this energy a little bit more, this kind of like cold, detached energy just to be able to make it through, because it says you're close to achieving your goal. And if the goal is to have justice come in and have that sense of, okay, life is getting back on track, it's almost like, okay, this is the energy you need to sit in to get you to that point. All right, let's take a look here. Guinevere, true love. The romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. So you're getting close to getting to that point of sitting in that energy of true love. It's just a matter of, I guess, kind of persevering a little bit longer, and maybe even calling in some of this like no nonsense, and that will help clear the way to have this true love come in. Since these energies are kind of opposite each other, the message is that you're not there yet, and this is the push that's going to get you there, is sitting in that, you know, kind of cold, detached state to weather through whatever the last little bit is that you need before being able to get to that true love. All right. And in your crystal card, it's Lemurian Seed Crystal, Shungite, Aqua Aura Quartz, Stillness, Rejuvenation, and Soul Purpose. So your soul purpose is love. Your soul purpose is to bring in this true love, and the universe is trying to give it, like, deliver that to you. It's trying to bring that in. And temperance, like balancing, is how it's going to start to come through. So you really need to work on balancing those energies. You know, don't let yourself get too high. Don't let yourself get too low. Don't let yourself get sucked into heated arguments or whatever the case may be, and kind of let the universe bring in what it's trying to bring in for you. So that was our message for our fire signs. Next, we are on to our earth signs, which is our Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And let's see what messages want to come through for you for today. High Priestess. So this is pushing you to sit in that divine feminine energy, that higher or inner wisdom, like higher consciousness, that type of energy, instead of sitting in this cold, cruel energy that is coming in. It's starting to settle there, that cold, bitter energy, and you're being pushed to look at things from a higher perspective, to look at what is the overall lesson. Why am I going through this right now? It's because you have something that you need to learn from it. So what is it that you need to learn? A new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. So you have something new that's trying to come in. And, from a temperance standpoint, in this kind of cruel, bitter energy, like, you can't really be sitting in this energy if something new is going to be starting. So it's pushing you to look at things from a higher perspective. Like, if there's something that needs to change in order for this new romantic cycle to begin, what needs to be let go in order for that new cycle to begin. Sorceress, you are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. So with this and this romantic cycle, it's like you're trying to bring in something new. But when you're doing it, you have to be clear in your intention. So it can't be this muddied, like if it's a specific person where you're trying to manifest them in, but then you're telling the universe that you hate that person, you don't want to be with them. Oh, but I love them and I want to be with them. So like, you can't send mixed messages like that. Like, you have to be clear in what it is that you want so that you can move yourself in that direction. So if there's a new person that you're trying to manifest in, like, you need to do that clearly and not like waver back and forth. Like, so be intentional with what it is that you're asking the universe for, and and make sure that it's in alignment with your highest good, with your inner consciousness, with your higher wisdom, because you need to be manifesting from a position of love and trying to get to your highest timeline, not manifesting something from a low vibe perspective. All right, and let's see what crystal card we've got for you. Ancient Chi, Tibetan Copper. Activate strength and life force. So again, in terms of choosing things from a higher vibration, like manifesting things that are in your best good, like your highest good. So that's that life force and strength. You don't want to be asking the universe for something, if you're capable of everything from here to here and this is your highest good, you don't want to be manifesting stuff that's down here, because that's not really for your highest good. So for one, the universe might not give it to you, because, why would you be wanting to manifest something that's so low vibration? All right. And now we're on to our water signs, which is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The Sun. So looks like you are bringing in, abundance and blessings and happiness. So that's the energy that's trying to come through for you. These were the two. Your hard work is paying off, but then nothing will come of this situation. So I think the nothing will come of this situation is sitting in this bitterness. Nothing's going to come of that situation of sitting in the bitterness. If you're able to sit kind of level and look at it, then your hard work is going to pay off. And so really the work part of it, with temperance, and look at that. So the person's making batter of some sort. So there's work that's going into it. And when you work at allowing yourself to sit in this energy, and I like it because it has in here, it says new joy, happiness by the spoonful, and then there's sorrow and instant anger and justice, so it's all of those. It's how do you balance those? And, with this kind of bitter, cruel energy coming in, as well as that Venus and Pisces energy, which is that like loving, happy type of energy, if you're able to balance having both of those sets of energies coming in and not get too high, not get too low, then your hard work is going to pay off and you're going to see those blessings. So that's what you're being called to do, is really find that balance, find that middle ground there. And then we have abundancia, prosperity. The universe is pouring its abundance out to you. Be open to receiving. So both of those definitely are going together. Like the universe is trying to bring blessings to you. It's just a matter of overcoming that crabby, not productive energy that's pushing in on the collective right now. All right, and let's take a look at your crystal card. Universal Mother, nurturing, support, steadiness. So this is what you're being called to do, is sitting in that sort of energy. Let that energy balance out the heavy crabbies that are coming in for you. So that was the message for water signs. Let's take a look at air signs for today. So that is going to be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and what message wants to come through for you. The High Priestess for you as well. So you, because this came out for Earth signs too. So you're being pushed to sit in that energy of that higher consciousness, divine feminine energy. And actually, let's take a couple. I should have done this for the Earth signs as well, but let's take a look at a couple other cards. So what else can we say about the situation that is calling on the High Priestess energy? Page of Swords and the Chariot. So your Page of Swords energy, there's like this sense of planning and curiosity, and there is a sense of patience with it as well. But there is the Chariot, which is that fast moving, overcoming obstacles. So some of it is how do you, like, avoiding this crabby energy. It's almost kind of like that sense of the magician, of how do you transmute that into something better. So call on your inner wisdom and that like inner consciousness, higher consciousness about what is it that I need to be planning for the future. And once you can kind of tap into your soul purpose and start planning for the future, that's what's going to help you overcome these obstacles of feeling like this bitter energy. So don't let yourself get too low into that bitter energy. From a temperance standpoint, try to stay balanced and stay focused on the solution, not the problem. And when you do that, then your problem will start to dissipate. Balance spirituality and practicality. So again, this goes with that planning, that, whatever you're being called towards, make sure that you're putting in place some practical elements. So it's great to say, I want to be able to, generically, I want to be able to help people. Okay, well, what does that look like? Because if all you're doing is focusing on the spiritual part and, I'm just going to meditate for 6 hours a day and, and practice my deep breathing and do yoga and walk in the park, how is that helping other people? That's helping you. So don't get me wrong, you need to have a spiritual practice, but how do you translate that into helping other people? So that's kind of where this planning card comes in. And it's like the Page of Swords is kind of planning for a bright new future, and how do you get there? So you have to balance the spiritual side with the practical side. And that's full moon in Pisces. So, as I said, Venus is moving into Pisces, and that's going to have that energy, that kind of loving, caring energy. All right, then we have Isis, past life. This situation involves your past life memories. So there's people and experiences here on your path right now that have to do with past life. So it could be that you have some past life trauma or karma or issues that you're working through, or it could be that in your past life, maybe you were a healer, maybe you were a shaman, a priestess in your past life, and you're being called upon to tap into those gifts again. All right. And then we have halite, mineral salt, easing grief, loss, and sadness. So with some of that, if you're looking at, maybe there is some past life grief and sorrow that you're looking at trying to move past, or it could be that right now that's where you're sitting, and that's what this kind of bitter, cruel energy is that's coming through. Like, okay, I've been burned. This part, I've been burned too many times, and I'm done with being burned. I'm done with that. And so you're being called upon, though, like, what was the lesson in it? And part of it is understanding what the lesson is will help you overcome it. Because if you're being called to, ease grief, loss, and sadness, that could either be within yourself, so acknowledging what are these lessons, or with some of this, like I said, if you feel like you're being called to help people, maybe you're being called to help others ease their grief, ease their sadness, ease their sense of loss. So if you're moving in that direction, it's going to require some planning, but this message I feel like is really strong, that you're planning for the future and focusing on that instead of whatever is currently keeping you in this like bitter energy. You planning for the future and getting excited about the future is going to help you overcome this current obstacle. So that is the message for our air signs for today. So I hope that you found today's message to be helpful, but as always, take only what resonates and leave the rest. And if you want to be alerted as to when new videos are posting on the channel, definitely make sure to hit that subscribe and notification bell. Otherwise, I wish you peace and joy along your journey. Until next time.